He, comes from kind of avant-garde Greek theater background,
Dance.
and so dance, and so some of it is sort of rooted in that. But I think he's been kind of doing this for such a long time that it seems like he has. It's a mix of games, exercises he's learned, games he's making up on the spot. There's some sort of structure, but it's hard to put your finger on. But it kind of does a few things. One, it obviously brings the cast together in a way that would not happen nearly as quickly if you weren't all kind of hurling yourself into these ridiculous games. And the first few days I was in an analytical way trying to figure out what the point of it is. It's like, is it to make me feel lost? Because that's working. That's how I feel.
Yorgos is allergic to anything that feels like acting. He wants people there. He wants, he wants the experience. He doesn't want a show. He wants something else. I remember when I was working with Nicole Kidman on something, and she had worked with him on the Killing of the Sacred Deer, and she said, just know, be careful. He's not going to want you to act. And that's not quite true. But, you get the sense. The tone is not about an actor's show. It's about a bunch of people coming together to play around with a world,
It was unlike any experience I think I've had reading a script, where the thing that I love about Yorgos as a filmmaker is, you definitely, as an audience member, feel many things very strongly and viscerally, but it takes you a second to sort through all of that intellectually. And so, I obviously knew I was going to be shooting that. I forget how long before I read the script, but felt like I had all of these emotions and whatnot inside me, but had no way to sort through them. Yeah, it's a really visceral type of filmmaker.
While we're writing, and we don't have intentions of of achieving a certain kind of feel for the audience, or we're not thinking how is the audience is going to react to everything that we come up with. I think it's a much more instinctive process where whoever I write with in this particular time with Efthimis Philippou, that we just exchange ideas and explore avenues that we may have not explored before, and make decisions together. And it's just an instinctive way of deciding what the arc of our stories is, and not necessarily if they're going to shock, or if they're going to be funny, or if they're going to be amusing. I think that's an overall thing of our of our voice that comes out and achieves those things.
just a standalone experience that you kind of only get when you sign up for a Yorgos film, you know. And I guess technically it's still the same thing you've always done, but a lot of the rules and kind of parameters you learn, develop, place on yourself kind of go out the window, and there's this real sense of, I guess I was surprised, because when you watch his films, you know, a lot of the characters feel somewhat contained within these little boxes, and I was really amazed at how much kind of latitude Yorgos gives everyone, and it's a really wonderful environment he creates.
You know, the challenge is to make each role specific, but also recognize the through line that each of the stories has, the connection to each other. And since we're basically shooting them in sequence, one at a time, and make sure there's not spillover, make one unique and specific.
I was thrilled. I come from a rep kind of training style, and just to be involved with a director that I have admired for over 10 years now, with this company of actors, is just a real privilege.
What was the most shocking part of this? To me, it was the cauliflower.
Sure. Jesse and Joe have a little scene in the second one that I don't want to spoil for the people, but it was crazy. Reading it was crazy as well. I was like, wow, I can't wait to shoot that. That's going to be interesting.